going to show you adding a job to Talisman. Okay, so a job can be added against a contact. So a job is always on someone who is looking for that candidate. Okay, so in this example, I will use Emily again. So I'll find Emily on the system as a contact, or I might find her client first, and go to the contact section of her client and say, right, so I found Houghton Care Homes. I know they're looking for a care manager or something similar. So I see Emily here. And when I see Emily, I can right click on her and click add job. Okay. So now a job is being added. And the other way of doing that would actually be through the main menu and clicking add new job. And it actually asks me for the person that I want to add the job against. So that might well be Emily here. So I can do it in multiple ways, but I found Emily here, and she's the person I want to add the job against. Okay. So the job title, let's call it a care manager. Type of job she is looking for, I know it's open. The fields that I need to complete can be, as you don't have to complete all of these, but it helps you later if you're doing advertising, for example, if you have completed some of these or the right jobs, the right fields, just because then it means you don't have to do it so much later. Okay, so let's call this one a professional service. The location I've got is United Kingdom. The sub-location, well, let's say this one's in the southeast. Secondary industry, I don't have to complete this one. The type of role, is it permanent, contract, or temp? Let's say it's permanent. It will then give me the fields for this. So salary, 35,000 to, let's say, to 45,000 per annum. Salary details, any additional details there. In the job description, fantastic care manager. If I want to do a spell check on it, I'll click there and it will run through a spell check. If I'm happy with that, and I've got all of these elements in correctly, if the client has a purchase order, put it in there. Any other benefits, put it in here. If I'm happy with that, let's go to the next. Importantly, actually, on this section, you can copy a job either from a reference number that you already know, and you just put it in there and click copy, and it will pre-fill all of the details from that. Or you could search for a job and pre-fill all of the details from an existing job, which speeds up your time very much so. So at this point, I click next, and it has generated that job. So I'm now on the job number 22. Now this is the Broadbean advert page. So Talisman integrates with both Broadbean and Logic Melon. Both have their strengths as a product. If you get in touch with us, we'd be happy to give you our feeling on either one. But at this stage here, if I'd like to advertise this, then I can click advertise. Okay. Now what this will do is it unveils an advertise button. When I click that advertise button, it then feeds through into the job site in the way that you would be used to, and allows me to run through the job posting wizard. Okay, so that will then advertise it to whatever job sites that I've asked to be advertised to. Now the respondents from the job site can go directly to the CV queue, which I showed you earlier, and they come in a predefined format that means that they can get automatically allocated to the job, so we know what job number it is about. But equally, you might want to put the respondents to your own inbox, so you can check them before you forward them to the CV queue. So you've got that little filter in between you and the actual job. And I'll show you in another video the job shortlist that they will end up in once you forwarded them onto the system. Okay, so that's really all you have to do to add a job. Now, once I've added my job adverts and click next, it asks me to profile code the job up. So it will already pre-search for candidates that match those profile codes, but I'll leave it because there aren't any profile codes. As I've said in other videos, profile codes are your IP. They're what makes your agency special. and you might well want us to set up profile codes for you. You get one profile code to start off with, which is called Call Talisman, which is just your call to action to give us a call to help you set up your profile codes. Okay. Now, once I've set up my profile codes, then I go to shortlist, and it takes me onto the shortlist selection page. This is where I would search for the candidates that throughout the system that I feel are fitting. So if I just list the candidates on the system, I might think Simon's a really fantastic candidate for this. I might think Alina is as well, and potentially Zoe too. And I will click Ticks to Job. And now I am on the job shortlist, and I can run through filling that job, and I will take you through that in a separate video. Okay, thank you.